How do you teach a storybook without relying on technology? It's a question many teachers ask, and I'm here to share my approach. Picture a primary classroom with up to 22 children ready to explore a story together. I'll walk you through how I would handle this scenario, step by step. Of course, there are countless ways to teach storybooks, each tailored to different classroom needs and settings. In this video, I'll focus on just one method that works well for me, but feel free to adapt it to suit your own teaching style. Here's what I would do with only a storybook and a blackboard. Before class, prepare flashcards for keywords to enhance the storytelling experience. Arrange the classroom. If possible, ask your students to sit in a semicircle with you in the middle. Begin the lesson by introducing the title and author of the storybook. Ask questions about what students see on the front cover.
Hello everyone! Today we will read this book, this one. Take a good look at the front cover. What is the title of this book? The title of this book is Home is Best. Who is the author? I don't know. I can't see it on the front cover. Yeah, you're right. It's on the back cover. The author's name is Zhang Yan. The author's name is Zhang Yan. What can you see on the front cover? I can see a bird and a house.
Read the story aloud. Use expressive intonation and gestures to bring the characters and events to life. Pause occasionally to ask comprehension questions or explain difficult words. Use the blackboard to write down new words along with their definitions and encourage students to use them in sentences. Encourage students to share their thoughts, opinions, and connections to the story. Let me give you an example.
Do you know what this bird is called in English? Anyone? It's a parrot. A parrot is a colorful bird that can talk. Look at Mr. Parrot. Does he look happy to you? No, Mr. Parrot is not happy. He doesn't like his little old house. He decides to leave his old house and look for a new one. Why do you think he doesn't like his old house? Maybe it's too old. Good guess. Maybe it's too old, too small, too smelly, or too dirty. Mr. Parrot wants to find a new house, a dream house. A dream house is a home where you really want to live. Let me tell you about my dream house, and then you can tell me about yours, okay? Yes, my dream house is a chocolate house. In my dream house, everything is made of chocolate. Walls, tables, beds, and chairs. If I'm hungry, I can eat a piece of my bed. What if the weather gets too hot? That's the best part. When the weather gets hot, my chocolate house melts and turns into a milk chocolate lake. I can swim in it and drink delicious milk chocolate. How cool is that? Wow! I know, right? Now it's your turn. What is your dream house?
Discuss different types of dream houses. Start by creating a simple mind map on the board with students' ideas. Begin with dream houses at the center and branch out their suggestions like tree house, candy house, toy house, gingerbread house, lollipop house, houseboat, and so on. Once the mind map is complete, continue to read the book.
Let's go on. Everyone, please take a good look at this picture. What is this? Do you know? It's a tree hollow. A tree hollow is a hole in a tree where animals can live. Who can live in a tree hollow? Yes, birds can live in a tree hollow, and squirrels. A squirrel is a small animal with a long, bushy tail that lives in trees. Let's read what the book says. Let's read together. Take a look. I'll read it for you. This place looks nice, says Mr. Parrot. I want to move in here. Now everyone, look here. Look. Can Mr. Parrot move in there? No. Why not? Because the squirrel lives there. Yes, you are right, because somebody else lives there. Take a look. Somebody else lives there. Miss Squirrel lives there. So Mr. Parrot cannot move in. He has to leave. Here is what he sees next. This place looks good, says Mr. Parrot. Let me move in here. Can he move in here? No, I don't think so. It is too wet and cold. Poor Mr. Parrot. He cannot live here. Then he sees a boat. Can he live on a boat? No, I don't think so. Why not? Take a good look. Why not? He cannot live on a boat because it's too windy. Mr. Parrot doesn't like it here.
Continue reading until the end.
It's late. Mr. Parrot is sad. He is tired and hungry. He is flying and crying and flying until suddenly he bumps into something. What did he bump into? His house. Yes, it's his old house. Now, when Mr. Parrot sees it, he thinks, oh my gosh, it's so nice, it's so warm, so beautiful, so cozy. East or west, home is best. And that's, my dears, is the end of the book.
Discuss the key elements of the story.
Now tell me, what is the title of the book? Home is best. Great! Who are the characters? Remember, a character is a person or animal in the story. There is only one character, Mr. Parrot. And what is the story about? It's about Mr. Parrot looking for a new house. Excellent! Each story has a lesson. What did you learn from this story? East or west, home is best. Home is the best place in the world.
Now is the perfect time for a vocabulary game. Any word guessing game will work. Your kids have been sitting for a while, so let's get them moving. Try playing broken telephone. Divide the class into 2 teams and have each team line up in front of the board. Ask the students at the back of each line to come to you. Whisper a word to them, and when you say go, they whisper it to the next student in line. This continues until the word reaches the student at the front of the line. That student either shouts out the word, touches the correct flashcard on the board, or writes it down. The first team to get it right earns a point. Play a true or false game to check comprehension.
Let's play true or false. I need a student from each team to stand up. I'll say a sentence. If the sentence is correct, you shout true. If the sentence is incorrect, you shout false. You can get an extra point for correcting a false sentence. Ready? Here's the sentence. Mr. Parrot is not happy. Yes! Correct! Next sentence. Miss Squirrel lives on a boat. No. Miss Squirrel lives in a tree hollow. Good job. 2 points. Next sentence.
Finish the class with a group activity.
Everyone did a fantastic job today. Wow. I have one final question for you. What is home? In your groups, draw a circle on a piece of paper. Inside the circle, write home is. Then work together to finish the sentence. What does home mean to you? You can write things like, home is love. Home is my family. Home is my bed. Home is where I feel safe. Home is my friends. Home is orange juice. Home is the sun in the sky. Be creative and share what home means to you.
Ask your students to create a storyboard of the story they just read. This activity helps reinforce their understanding and allows them to visualize the sequence of events.
Now let's make a storyboard. Draw 6 boxes on your paper. In each box, draw a different part of Mr. Parrot's story. First, draw Mr. Parrot and his old house. Then, draw him leaving his old house. Next, draw him finding different houses. Finally, draw him returning to his old house and being happy.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy teaching, everyone.